Good evening. Hello, hello. Hang on, give me a second, please. I just realized I started X-Plane and then I just realized I haven't got the X-Pilot app available in X-Plane. Let me just change that. I hope you're all doing good. Let's see who's here. We've got Mark Gudevi, Svenja, hello, hello. Wie geht's dir? Ali, hello. Eric Kibris, hello. Good to hear you. Oh, yes, Rolls Royce, yes. Looking very much forward to it. So let me just check my plugins. Yes, I still have the Pilot Edge plugin in, and I don't need that. Let me get X-Pilot. There it is. So, how have you all been? And let me quickly play Brennelt's resub message here. 97 months. Brennelt, thank you so much. My God. Wir werden alt. We're getting old. Blimey. Brennelt, wonderful you too as well. I hope you're doing good. And looking forward to Sunday's group flight again. So Sunday we'll do a shared cockpit flight with Ted Barker in Tholis, and then afterwards we're going to do a group flight on the Ecuador tour, I think it is, right? Yes, Brennel, thank you so much. Procopio, hello to you as well. Catrio, I don't know how do you Catrio, I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope that's all right. Ghost, hello, good evening. JR, hello to you as well. Nice, Keepers, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so apologies that I couldn't stream on Wednesday. I was flying on Tuesday, IRL, and then a Thursday, so yesterday, I had a all-day CRM seminar that I had to attend. But I had to get up at 4 in the morning yesterday morning, so that's why I didn't stream Wednesday evening. So that's why we're back today on Friday. So Friday and Sunday are the streams. So yeah, we are now today in the FlightFactor 777-300ER, and we are going to fly from Atlanta to Chicago on Vatsim. So if anybody's interested to join, please do so. Pretty much south-north kind of routing here. Hope you can all see that. How did I say 300 yard? No, 200 yard. What did I say? Yeah, 200 ER. Iceman, hello. Yeah, Ghost. So yeah, I did fly. Well, our short haul rotation, which I enjoy a lot. I mean, it's a very cool feeling to get a $300 million aircraft given to you to fly on a short haul routing. Still can't believe that. So it's dark, cold and dark. Yeah, let's do that. Reload that. So Rolls Royce engines. Hey, FlightSim Iceland, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Greetings. So FlightSim Iceland, that's hang on, isn't that you had a different name or actually on Twitch? Hang on, confused now. Let's start that. Is it raining or what's the sound here? I need to do one more thing here. Just make sure I get a nice sync. Hey, Jelen, good evening. Yeah, Arnie, right? Yeah, Arnie Stefan, yeah. But you had a different YouTube name, didn't you? Or am I mistaken that with the Twitch? Let me just do that real quickly. And then I need to do, just have a look here. I'm just surprised that my my FPS are so low here at the moment. I mean, it's okay. It's not too bad. No, this is bad. I don't know why. Is that due to the... And Iowa Scotsman, hello. Yeah, Ghost, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that picture. Right. So, just want to do one more thing here. Just going to start my Ryzen Master program in the background to see how the performance curves are doing. Cool. All right. I think we're good to go now. Let's see. Hayden, hello to you as well. The FPS in Frankfurt, not too bad, actually. The thing is, I'm not sure. So we are in Atlanta, obviously. You can see that, right? So I did try. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. Because I've got Bing map enhancement running in the background now. Maybe that's why. Yeah, and Atlanta obviously is a huge airport, right? Let me connect to... What? Command? Oh, yeah, of course. I need X pilots. Flight sim apps. X pilot app. Here it is. Well, the real world FPS luckily are good. Svenja, could you do me a favor tomorrow? Because I know Sven is streaming tomorrow across the Africa. I'm unfortunately away from home tomorrow, so I can't stream tomorrow. But say hello to him for me, please. Greet him and yeah, let him know that I'm still waiting for the the shared flight on the 737. I do hope he's up for that sometime. Right, let's connect to Vatsim. Here we go. All right, so we already got our clearance. Let's have a look from the tower view. Here we are. Tower view to our beautiful 777 with the Rolls-Royce engines. Danke, Svenja. There we go. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plane. Hey, MAN, wie geht's dir? Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Bruno, hello. Right. Battery on. Let's get the ground power on. And this is going to take a while for all the systems to start up. Am liebsten gut. Yeah, I always say am liebsten besser, huh? And here we go. I know you haven't got audio yet there, but there should be audio now for you guys. And Gilles, you also had to cancel your booking as well. Yeah. Yeah, Fishkop. My wife talked about this today because she sometimes drives to Bremen because she is leading a sporting class in Bremen itself. And today she didn't have to go, luckily, but she was watching the traffic jam unfold on the motorway there. And yeah, she said she was lucky that she didn't have to go today. Let me quickly get through the items here just to switch on everything here. And then we're good to go here. Where's my... hold on. Give me a second. Settings, graphics. Just need to get my force feedback app open. Where is it? There it is. There it is. So let's start that up as well. How was the second leg? Yeah, initially we had a crashed desktop on taxi out in the Phoenix, which was a bit of a shame. Right, now you can see the displays coming to life. Always takes a long time, and then when you hear the stick shaker, and sometimes a sound in the background, then you know the systems in the background have started up. Hey, forward, good evening. Did I have a flight cargo 777? There it is. In real life, no. No, I've not. Let's take a sip of coffee. Thank you. So, in it... Come on. Yes, now we've got force feedback. Fantastic. Excellent. Right, now I can go here as well. Airplane. Do we have control yet here? Communications? Not yet. Always takes a while to start up. Nevertheless, there we go. Ground services. We've got ground power stairs, which is fine. Fortunately, I have not got things like GSX.
Captain, I believe you need to say hello to establish contact with them.
Yeah, there we go. Cabin interphone. So let's go here. Perfect. Then we can go here.
Sir, you need to establish communications with the crew.
What?
By saying hello first.
Didn't I deactivate that? No stick check at the 777, just the master warning. Okay, interesting.
Sir, you need to establish communications with the crew by saying hello first.
Good day. Hope you are all doing well today.
Hello, sir.
Ground? We need some equipment connected.
Which one?
Fuel truck on the left side.
Roger.
So you don't need to have that voice command active. And I'm a bit surprised because I had that switched off. I'm pretty sure. Sound options. No. Oh yeah, mute voices. That's, I think, that's what I had off, because in the end, it is, yeah, switch off the crew voice communications. Now, what I want to have is, oh yeah, honestly, I agree. It takes some time to get used to the menus here.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Infotainment Experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
So we're going to initialize the flight. Thanks so much, Mick Egg. Thanks for the 2 months.
Hello, everyone.
Hello to you. How are you doing? Happy weekend. Hey, nice, Alex. Oh, you live in Montreal. Alex, I've been to Montreal like 2 weeks ago. IRL. Let's go. performance. No, not performance. Weight and balance. There we go. Now, how do I fill that in from SimBrief? External services. There we go. So get data from SimBrief. That's the American Airlines 635. So we got that. Now let's go and go performance. Show weight and balance. Fill from SimBrief. Loading page. And we're going to load first of all catering and the fuel. Wow, that's a lot of people. GG's. Hey Lido, you doing was that Skiathos to Catania or something? Oh, 1 meter stop margin, yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like much. It isn't much, but again, you know, it always has some buffers in there, right? So, yeah, Alex, I'm not sure if I ever get there again. The reason being is that yeah, I'm retiring. I don't have that many flights left, unfortunately. Right, let me have a look here. How can I mirror that again? 0, 3, 4, 2. There we go. So I'm not sure how well you can read all that, but that way I can get that data in. Unfortunately, as far as I know, there isn't any route uplink yet available. But again, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I do miss some updates or update nodes. Glend, so at the moment I have a lot of holidays still left as well. So I would say probably three to 4 rotations. I know that I have a couple more short-range rotations coming up as well, and a simulator mission as well in September. But no, not much. Not much, no. So American Airlines 635. 635. There we go. And so if I go to charts, weather, and I go to ATIS, it tells me we have currently, oh, we got hang on, we got approach. We have ATIS here, so actually I can go to Vatsim ATIS. There we go. So we have information Golf 060 at 10 miles, scattered 1900, overcast 2500, 25 degrees, 3018 on the altimeter. Departure info Tango. Departing 08 right, 9 left. 08 right, 9 left. Where are we parked? We're parked here. These were like the only heavy parking spot. Yeah, Tower is online as well. I mean, are you flying along, MAN, by any chance? And Enzo, hello to you. So if I have a look here, it's going to be 9 left. Yeah, 9 left will be preferable for us. So 9 left is what we can take. I'll plan for 9 left. And Daniel, wie geht's?
Have a good flight.
Dankeschön.
Hopefully better sounds than the competition. Hey all.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the sound's actually nice. Well, at least I know the GEs were nice. And when I tried the sounds, the Rolls Royce this afternoon, it sounded well. Hey, Cartoon Demon. How you doing? Right, weirdly enough, I got a PDC. So it says, so here it says PDC. We have American Airlines 635 route, Varnum 2 Glazer transition. And then that's the flight plan route 390 Squawk. So the clearance already. It says Varnum to departure, Glazer, transition, maintain 10,000, expect 39010 after. Frequency 13347. 3347, is that a thing? Yeah, it is. 3347. And operate aircraft with mode Charlie on ground. So that means that's like a PDC. Oh, really? I mean, hang on. Let me just check that. So you're actually planning to go with the... hold on. Let me see. Let's see if I can pick you up somewhere. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's a 350, is it? Oh, yeah. Well, it's showing a 330 for me, I think. But, I mean, that's X-plane. But that could be you there. And there's another 330 here. Alrighty. And Florian, hello. Wie geht's? You have to get used to that name. So there we go. Alright, so we've got this. Enzo, I'm doing well. How are you doing? So again, let's try to program this in. So it said departing 9 left. And that was the Varnum 2 with the Glazer transition. Activate, execute. Yeah, MAN, the problem is X-plane only gave me the option to park here. So what X-plane does now, it looks at your aircraft type, and since it's a heavy aircraft type, it only gave me these 5 parking spots here. I couldn't park anywhere else, weirdly enough. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a runway in, any runway, but no arrivals yet. Just we'll take 9 left here as well. The arrival.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. So we have the Week 5 arrival, or Week 5 arrival. Here, oh, hang on. Departure arrival. Here it is. And then we are coming via Bond. Execute. Now, next up, we've got to do the in-between. So we got Glazer. It then said Quebec 118. Quebec 118. And then it's all the way to heaven. Written this way though, heaven. The tablet, yeah. So this is like a screen mirroring. So this is mirroring my real world iPad that I have. I think I saw that on a different stream somewhere, so I quite like that because it's a bit better than just having some weird internal picture here showing. So heaven, and then we've got Bond direct. Actually, hang on, it's already there. So there we go, direct Bond. Heaven, Bond, and then the arrival. The frame could be, yeah, I guess it's an old, kind of an old iPad. All right, so let's have a look here at the... Let's view the sim brief OFP again. So that's that. We're expecting 167. And the reserves are 6.7. So this value here, 6.7. Hey Tremonia, wie geht's?
Good evening, BB711. Smile, hope you and your family are doing great.
Doing well. How are you doing, Tremonia? How's you and your family? Cost next 115 here. Dankeschön for the 54 months. And greetings to you. One of the big downsides I think still is the fact. Let me, yeah, the wind request still is INOP. And if I'm not mistaken, also, we still don't have average winds here either. So that's something I really hope they fix soon. I keep saying that every time, I think, when I'm flying the FlightFactor. Hey, Johnny. But this is always so weird that they haven't implemented that yet. Yeah, so FMC.com is also INOP. That's where you normally would access the wind data pages as well for climb and descent. No. So yeah, so the problem is, yeah, I can't access these pages, and the wind request isn't operative yet. I mean, that makes the aircraft somewhat unusable for long range flying, to be honest. So let's load the cargo and let's load the passengers. So fuel is on board. Yeah, 18.6, fantastic. Let me start the APU in the meantime.
Unable to find view ID 32.
Well, so Alex, the thing is, this is officially beta. So it's a pre-release version. So, you know, if you're not happy with going that route, don't buy it. Wait until the official stable version is out. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, what's the difference with the Rolls-Royce engines? So it has actually a 3-shaft engine. So you can see N1, you can see N2, and you can see N3 as well. Or 3-spool, they call it spool. So 3-spool engine. Hey Dexter, good evening. And another difference to what we used to, you can see here we got EPR instead of N1. So this is one of those engines again where we have an EPR rating reading and not N1. So MAN, yeah. So that's normally what you get if you got your PDC. You would normally check first of all if you are on an apron side. Right, and you can see that on X-Plane, for example, you can see the double dashed line, which normally then marks the changeover from the apron to the ground side. You mean like gearboxes and things like? Not necessarily. It's just the 3 different spools. Yeah. But again, I'm not an engineer, so and since I don't fly the Rolls-Royce yet, so that was 3018. Let me set that here. 3018, 3018. Cool, and the APU generator goes on, and we've got bleed air on, meaning it should now show us, yeah, so we got APU bleed running, packs are running. And again, contrary to the 787, the 777 has a normal standard bleed air system for the packs. So it's either taken APU bleed air or engine bleed air. It doesn't have the cabin air compressors like the 787 that compresses air from the outside to then feed it to the pack system. It should be Atlanta. It could be Drevitsky, although I'm not 100% sure. Oh, nice. That's a A330 showing. I'm not sure if that's going to be the 330 here. Let me have a look though on Volanta. So maybe we can see who's next to us here. That's supposed to be a A350. And there's, yeah, okay, so MA and I found you as well. Yeah, here's a 359 as well. Cool, excellent. Okay, well, you got to be careful with those AI, so ChatGPT stuff. So the clearance said we cleared initially 10,000 feet. So maintain 10,000. I'm going to arm the overthrottle already. Flight controls, hydraulic pressure looks all normal. Fuel looks good, balanced, fantastic. And yeah, so loading is going on. So the passenger loading and the cargo loading is ongoing, which is nice. Anything else? So we've got heading magnetic, that's correct. No angle of attack indication, which is correct. Gonna arm the auto brake already. Here. Oh yes, squawk I can set as well. That was 3355. Put this to above for the TCAS. Fish cup. So what beer did you want to get then, if not Beck's? Oh dear, oh dear. So let me have a quick look here at the chart. So that's our departure route. So we cleared the Varnum 2 out of hopefully runway 9 left. So 9 left says climb heading 095. Oops. Someone said heading 095. Intercept course 083. No, to. Climb heading. Oh yeah, to 1500 feet. Then direct picked. And then on depicted route to Varnum. And then maintain 250 until Hoyt. So there we go. So picked Roy Hoyt to 50. We can quickly check that here as well in the box. Hold on. So Ronnie Hoyt, Varnum, and the speed restriction is not in. Hoyt 250. Huh? Oh, hang on. A raise. So 250 maximum. Invalid entry. Yeah, because no, I think you would have to put a altitude as well. But we just have to maintain 250 then selected speed. That's fine. It's picket. What did I say? Picked. Oh, yeah, I said pick, didn't I? Picket. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's you always have to put an altitude to that, but I don't want to put an altitude restriction there because that's not correct. So we'll just leave that as it is. I'm just go open speed window. Hey Voyager, wie geht's dir? So that's what we'll take. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, sure, you could put in something like yeah, something like above Tremonia. I would, if anything, I would put something like above. So Gilend has a good. So you could go like 6,000 above, right? Because the first altitude is 10,000. So you could do that, and then it has 250 prior to that as well as max speed. All right, let's do that. I'll take that suggestion. Good suggestion, I think. All right. You doing fine? Yeah, doing well. So yesterday I had a CRM seminar, which is always very interesting. So yesterday, so we have two different CRM trainings. So there's a yearly training with the cabin crew. That's fine. So we have, you know, cabin crew training, specific stuff. And then we have every 3 years, we have to have a mandatory cockpit seminar, cockpit CRM seminar. And it's always cool because the topics always change. And so yesterday there were different topics again, and quite some interesting stuff. It was the last CRM seminar, indeed, yeah. Indeed. So kind of a weird feeling that, you know, you're always saying it's the last one. So that's still ongoing. Oh, MAN.
Enjoy the gifted sub.
My God, MAN, you are so generous. Another 5 gifted subs. Blimey. So a huge thank you, MAN, as always. I keep repeating myself, but thank you so much for your support. Absolutely incredible. Total of 225 gifted subs on the channel now. Blimey. And MAN, I'm not sure. I think I asked you as well if you actually have X-Plane, because I mean I would love to do a shared flight with you at some time, or maybe we can even try that in Microsoft Flight Sim with the Your Controls app.
A gift from me.
That's you there, MAN.
Enjoy the
and
gifted
Voyager.
sub.
Why only MAN? Voyager, vielen Dank. Also Voyager gifting 5, and that's a 52 total gifted subs on the channel. Voyager, vielen Dank. Tank, well, we're not only doing English, so from time to time I do a German live stream, and the next German live stream will be soon. It should be, I think, next week sometime, so stay tuned. So thank you again. Vielen Dank to MAN and to Voyager gifting all those subs. And now, oh, and by the way, if you just got gifted a sub, please say thank you. Yeah, MAN, fantastic. So MAN, I'm not sure if you saw that. So I have a dedicated channel now on my Discord, where you can just, you know, say, type hello, and it said interested in doing a shared flight. I just did that just so that I can get an overview regarding, you know, who's interested, and then make a list. So only 20 more passengers to go, then we're almost finished, which is nice. Then we can go. I mean, we've pretty much finished preparations in the FMS as well. The only thing missing is the takeoff performance. And what I can already do here is go menu, performance. Let's have a look here. Atlanta, huge airport. So Atlanta will take 9 left. Full length, condition is dry. The wind. Let me just check the ATIS here real quickly. The wind is 050 at 6. So 050 at, just make 3 there. We have temperature 26. And we have 3018. Actually, let me just put 3018. And the total takeoff weight. So estimated takeoff weight is 185. So let's put 185 there. CG will be about somewhere 20. We got, we'll take takeoff 2. Assumed we shall take, I mean, the runway is long, isn't it? Runway is 3,700 meters. Yeah, so that's fine. So let's go 50 assumed. Flat 5, anti-ice off. Yeah, so real-world flying to Ramona. I've been to a couple of nice, destinations in the last months, but I'm not doing much flying. And at the moment, most flying I am doing is actually short range. So, and then I do a lot of simulator training as well. So it is a intersection takeoff. You will see. I mean, we'll see. If it is intersection, then hey Jan. But we'll see. We'll see if there's any. If it's a bigger intersection, so that the remaining runway is cut short by, let's say, 600 meters or more, then we'll reconsider the performance values. But this should be okay for right now. Would you consider a 1-to-1 instruction? Hayden, yeah, sure, of course. I mean, that's the idea. Doing that. Here's the load sheet already. There we go. So let's have a look here. So we have 185.1 takeoff weight. So here we got 185. So let me put 185.1. CG is round about so 30, let's say, for takeoff. 30 it is. And so now with flat 5, TO2, trim 3.75, it gives us EPR 1.213, 50 selected, yeah, and flat 5. All right, let's enter those values then. So we'll take a takeoff 2, 50 on the assumed temperature. Climb 2 selected, CG 30. And then the speeds 26, 30, 34. 30, 34. Sounds good. Fishko. I mean, that's the US. You know, literally all the airports there, they just have so many runways. I mean, at least for the larger cities. Right, LNAV, VNAV is now armed as well. And I think that looks pretty good. So let me give you a quick briefing here. TCAS is off. So we're parked here, ramp 8. So taxi out 9 Sierra, then probably via Mike, and then we'll see intersection or full length. 9 left, departure on the Varnum 2 up to 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is the 133475. We have MSA 3,100 feet. Apart from that, I don't see any anything special there. And the fuel calculations, reserve is 6.7. And I have extra of about 15 minutes here. So we got 1,200 kilograms with contingency as well. It's about 1,500 kilograms in total for the extra fuel there. Anything specials, threats? Anything you guys can think of? You find it interesting that Takeoff points is something to external? Well, yeah. So I mean, this is the Boeing EFB, so the Boeing performance calculation. And normally, I think you would be able to send the data from here to the FMS. But yes, airlines these days do their own kind of, you know, performance calculators, and that's external, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. Good. I don't see anything specials. I don't have any threats either that we have to mitigate. So let's have a look at the pre-flight checklist. Oxygen test 100%. Flight instruments has got heading 300, altimeter 3018, 1,020 feet. Checked. Let's put that here as well. 3018. Although is that the latest altimeter setting? Information was uniform now, and it had 17. That's fine. 171717. And that's the pre-flight checklist complete. All right, let's close all the doors. We already have the APU running. Let's disconnect the external power here. So we go to doors first of all. Let's close all the doors. Put them all to automatic. Ground services. Get rid of all of that. And then we should be good to go, really. That looks all right. Let's pre-plan the pushback. Oh, hang on. So there we go. Where are we? Let's try that again. There we go. So I'm going to push back here and then pull forward to roughly here.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
19.1 is the tower. 19.1. And Khrushchev, hello to you. 19.1.
Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, taxi via Echo Hotel.
So mode Charlie's now on.
Runway 8 right via Echo and Hotel, Delta 1139 Heavy.
There's MAN. Fantastic. I'm wondering, are we in real time? Not really, are we? Hang on. What's the real time? It is, it's about 18 UTC, isn't it?
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, 1755. Oops. Let's do that. Fantastic. Thank you much, Bruno. Oh yeah. So normally you would call ground and ask him for hydraulic clearance. And so if they give us a hydraulic clearance... Oh yeah, that was the special procedure. Let me just check my Discord channel here. So we have... hang on. Yeah, I'm not sure if I do that correctly, but we'll see. So that. There's not any fuel in the center tank.
33 heavy, on the lightest from my 9 left at Mike 2, cleared for
So we got that on, transponder on.
Cleared for takeoff.
Let's read the before start
Aircraft 33
checklist.
heavy,
Flight
09
deck
left.
door.
And Air France 33 Heavy, just verify your first FMS waypoint.
So MCP V2 heading track. So we got V2 134 heading 095, altitude 10,000.
Yeah, affirm. I do
Takeoff speeds
verify your
V1
first
126,
FMS waypoint.
130, 134. And CD pre-flight completed. Trim should be 3.75.
Air France 33 Heavy, thank you.
00. Taxi takeoff briefing completed, and that's the before start checklist completed.
Delta 1139 Heavy, RNAV to Ronnie, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 8 right, RNAV to Marnie, to Ronnie, Delta 1139.
So guys, what seems to be the issue here? Come on.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I did. Huh?
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
There we go. Released, ready for push.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Hey, Cargo Pilot, wie geht's dir? Nice to see you. Todd, I don't know. I know GSX is having some issues. And didn't PMDG just say that they stopped integration of GSX? Right. Thrust leaves idle. So let's do start the right engine. Packs automatically switch off. And then we go here. And let's listen to the engine sound. Oh, you're right. I could. Yeah, it's Rolls Royce, right? You could do overlapping start. Yeah, you're right. So one thing, that's a 200 ER.
Air France 33 Heavy, contact departure.
So the disappointing thing really is that
Air France 33 Heavy,
it doesn't have that howl
thank you.
like the Pratt & Whitney's or the G's have. So it's a bit of a, I think it's just a bit, it's just a bit of a start left engine. So overlapping start if you both start the engine at the same time. Let's have a look from the cabin here. Yeah, me too, Ali. I do like that howl at the end as well.
Delta 1139 Heavy, contact departure. See you.
Over to departure, Delta 1139, see you, bye.
Also interesting that you get the low oil temperature warning or caution down here. Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. So now we have the green carrots there, meaning that the engine start is completed. We can do the before taxi items. Going to set the flaps to 5. Do a recall check. TCAS off is correct. And then we'll wait until the tow truck is disconnected. There it goes, and then we'll do the flight control check. Let's do full up, full down, full left, full right, and the rudder full left, full right.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
So on the right, let's have a look. Make sure that we do see the all clear signal. There goes the truck. And this is just so vital, guys, especially in the big aircraft. You just do not want to have the risk of hurting someone, running over someone on the ground. So it doesn't matter, if you're in a really big rush, always make sure pushback truck's disconnected and you get the all clear signal, and you also get the pin, the pin showing. Yeah, I mean, some really terrible accidents have happened because pilots started taxiing, with personnel just being near the nose gear. So yeah, gotta be careful with that. Right, let's have a look. So we got before taxi checklist, flight controls checked, ground equipment clear, and that's the before start checklist completed. Where's my... Oh, I have to... yeah, I have to set the push to talk again. Joystick. Yoke. So that's ATC. X-Pilot. No, that's not it. Hang on. X-Pilot. Push to talk. There it is. Apply. Atlanta Tower, good afternoon. American 635 requesting taxi information uniform.
American 635 Heavy at Atlanta Tower, runway 9 left at Mike 2, taxi via Lima 1.
Via Lima 1, holding point Mike 2, 9 left, American 635 Heavy. So let me just check the taxi chart real quickly. Make sure that we get this right. So Mike 2 is here. So Lima 1, Mike 2. Looking good. All right, let's do that. So clear left side, clear right side. Brakes are working. All clear, all clear. Normally get a cabin ready. No voice option, all right. So we're just going to check the latest values here, make sure everything's set. Uniform was still the correct... Yeah, so engine, here's the thing. That's interesting. So temperature-wise, we still haven't reached the oil temperature, the minimum oil temperature to take off with. So that's why it gives us status engine still. So I guess that's one of the downsides with the Rolls-Royce. Yeah, so cargo pilot, we did talk about this at the beginning. My wife, Fridays, normally she drives into Bremen to, she's got a sports class she's leading. Today it didn't happen because they were going on a cycle ride. But yeah, she's used to that as well. Fridays is always a horror show with the traffic jam on the motorway there. There we go. So we got 50 degrees on the right engine. Just waiting for the 50 on the left engine so that we can read the checklist and go. Yeah, the big bridge and the renovation works. I think today they only had one lane open on that bridge. So let's slow down a bit so that we don't get a line of takeoff clearance. So departure frequency was 13347. So let's do that. 133. Whoops. 47. There we go. Flight time overall, by the way, is about an hour 35. So that's not too bad. And then, so here's Lima 3. And then this should be Lima 3, and then we got Lima 2 coming up there. Or is it? Hang on. Yeah, so Tango, then Lima 1. Correct, that's right. Daniel, at the moment, let me just... No, it should be fine. So I don't have any issues with the streaming itself. Here's Lima 1. And looking good now. So let me just check the status again. Status is clear. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete. Checklist complete.
635 heavy, RNAV to picket, runway 9 left at Mike 2, clear to takeoff.
RNAV to picket, runway 9 left via Mike 2, cleared for takeoff. American 635 heavy. So RNAV to picket. Approach sector is clear, and let's put TCAS to T8.
Approaching
all right.
9 left.
Thank you. Confirmed. Mike 2. So we'll leave the performance values as is. Everyone ready?
On runway 9 left.
Let's go. Takeoff. Thrust ref. Oh yeah. Definitely different engine sound. Very nice. Thrust set. 80 knots checked. One. Rotate. Bars rate. Gear up. LNAF. Tower view. Beautiful. Thrust ref VNAF speed. RNAF to picket.
Heavy, contact departure. See you.
Contact departure. See you. American 635 heavy. Atlanta departure. Good afternoon. American 635 Heavy passing 3,000, climbing via the Varnum 2 up to 10,000.
American 635 Heavy Atlanta departure radar contact. Climb maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000. American 635 Heavy. 14,000. Yeah, is that normal? I honestly, I can't remember flying Rolls-Royce engines. But what I do notice is there's a distinct difference between the GEs and the Rolls-Royce here. And flaps one. Again, the speed trim system, so as the speed increases, you need to trim down the nose.
Gulfstream, we're not back. We'll be ready for departure here.
And flaps up.
Flaps up. Turn left heading 100, the wind calm, runway 21 left, clear for takeoff.
Oh, that was just a fault light there.
Left 100,
trim down even more.
Left, clear for takeoff, Gulfstream, 1 Alpha Echo.
Trim for 250 knots. Let the aircraft accelerate. Your hand flies very nicely. I love it. Very natural. Let's check outside here. Right, 250 knots, climbing 14,000. Let's go VNAV page. 250 speed limit, fantastic. So 250 is until Hoyt. Until there. Yes, windy city. I mean, Chicago is well known. Hey, HD simulation. I mean, Chicago's well known for the wind, yeah. Yeah, I like the 777 as well. Nice aircraft. And Gulfstream, greetings to Chicago. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yes, flying the Rolls-Royce. Yeah, so you can see that on the engine page especially. So we got EPR, and we got N1, N2, N3. So very typical indications there.
Gulfstream 1 Alpha Echo, ident, climb maintain 8,000.
So that's actually quite interesting. So we got Hoyt pretty much 10,000 with 250. But even though we're passing 10,000, 250 is still commanded until we pass Hoyt.
American 635, contact Atlanta Center 132.97, so long.
32.97, so long. American 635 heavy.
Number 1 on back over. 5251 American for 2441.
Atlanta Center, good afternoon. American 635 heavy passing 11,000, climbing 14,000.
American 635, Atlanta, hello. Climb maintain for level 390.
Climb maintain level 390, American 635 heavy. Let's do that. 390. So 39,000 feet is set, passing Hoyt. So with that pitch, it's still a good idea to to leave the seatbelt signs on. But now that should change. There we go. Now passing Hoyt. Commanded speed is about 25.
Delta 2268, climb maintain, flight level 350.
Hey, Ting Mai. Right, let's go seatbelts order. In the FMS, let's do a route copy if we can.
Good afternoon, Atlanta Center Golf, Stream 1 Outback, go with you.
So RatNav, automatic, and fix is...
Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain, flight level 410.
It is
410, Golf,
clear.
Stream 1 Outback, go.
How do you get your captain chair to stay in the right position?
American 2441, maintain 5,000, fly heading 300.
I'm not exactly
5,300, American 24.
sure what you mean. Real aircraft or here? Hey, Organ. Organ, I hope you're doing well. I did read your message today on the shared flight channel. Yeah, all the best wishes to you. So here we go, on our way to Arnhem. And Ting Mai, you received your Windwing MCDU and FCU. Nice. The FCU I have as well. I don't have the MCDU, but the FCU is nice, yeah. One thing though, the weird thing is here in Europe, I ordered the Boeing MCP. And they have a waiting log, a waiting time until I think end of August.
American 2441, fly heading 3.
So there you go, standard,
Localizer, descend at
standard,
4,000.
Standard. And after takeoff checklist, we have to read here, obviously. After takeoff checklist complete.
That's for the heading was 330, 330. 330, American 2441. Thank you, American 1121.
Yeah, there's a magnetic switch, which is pretty much, you know, like the real aircraft, I think. So.
Sector 2. Southwest 456, contact Atlanta approach 133.47. We'll see you. Over to Atlanta approach 133.36, Southwest 456. Have a good rest of your weekend. The frequency is 13347, 3347. We'll see you. 3347, thank you. No problem. And American 9783. We're doing the ILS at Charlotte today. Would you like the center, right, or left? Your choice.
We're set up for right, please.
Absolutely, and you can expect that.
Great, we'll expect 36 right for American 93.
Data 318, descend to maintain, flight level 350.
It's got a nice climb rate right now.
Flight level 350, don't
Oh. Ooh, FPS, holy FPS, just a little bit of load-in time there. Now it's good, alright. Oh, that was for people...
1139, scattered area of moderate heavy and extreme precip starting to your, call it 11 o'clock here and approximately, let's see here, about 25 miles. I think you should be just east of it, but let me know if you got any deviations.
Just dial down the volume just a tad.
And Delta 1139,
I'm at Delta 1139. I'm inbound Glazer.
So people will talk about the engine wobble, which is nice.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, just let me know if you get any deviations.
So a little bit of wing flex, nice engine wobble. Hey James, guten Abend. Mir geht's gut, wie geht's dir?
American 4, correction 2441, descend and maintain 3000, clear ILS, runway 36, right approach. Descend and maintain 3000, clear, runway 36, right approach, American.
Shaq, this is like literally my first flight with the Rolls-Royce. And up to now, I do like it. I like the sounds.
Atlanta Center, American 24.
But, you know, I would have to try the PMG again.
American 24, runway 36, right?
To kind of get a, you know, a one-to-one kind of comparison. Yeah, so interesting. I was gonna say I could see that as well. The weird thing is, yeah, the FPS today are not that great. So on the ground I had about 40, and now I've got about 45 to 50.
Hey, Vatsim, 1 Alpha Echo. Can I get on?
Hey, Ollie, good.
Right now? 1 Alpha Echo, sorry about that. You are cleared direct to Pyres. Clear direct to Pyres. Got me 1 Alpha Echo.
Okay, Daniel. Daniel, are you using anything like map enhancements or something like that? Because I'm just wondering, maybe that could be an issue. Ollie B, well, I'm hoping it's going to be Cape Town, but that depends on whether or not I get the tour or not. I mean, I've been promised it, but not confirmed yet. So, you know, I'll wait until I'm 100% sure. So here it's fine. I've got 60 FPS now. So here it's all good. It's just in the flight deck. I get about 45. Tremoni, yes. So the schedule for today is going to Chicago here. And then the second flight will be Magsa 2020 with the Phoenix. And we're going to do a FSI panel scenario from Brussels to Amsterdam. And the scenario weather is shows fairly windy weather, so I guess that's going to be the challenge. Yeah, I haven't done one of those FSI panel challenges for ages, and he's actually programmed a couple of more scenarios as well, which is nice. Yeah, so yesterday during the CRM seminar, we did one. Well, there were several cases that we discussed, and one of the cases was a 777. Very interesting case, and it was actually featured on Aviation Herald as well. So they departed from Frankfurt, runway 18, and after takeoff, so they raised, or they tried to raise the landing gear, and they were flying to Cairo, by the way. So Cairo, Frankfurt, Cairo. 777 freighter, and so they raised the landing gear, and they got a message saying gear disagree, and gear door, but that takes some time to come through. So initially they just had the indication that the landing gear wasn't raised completely. So on the ICAS they could see that the left landing gear door wasn't closed and the left landing gear wasn't uplocked. And they also had 2,000 feet to go. They also had a clear rumbling noise and some light.
Are we expecting him to Jackson?
Light vibrations. So they didn't have much extra fuel with them because the weather was good. So they had like 7 minutes extra fuel with them. So let me ask you then, with the knowledge that you have, what would be your first action?
Delta 2268,
what would you have done initially? I'm not sure what that for us. Sorry, I think I missed a call. Was that for American 635 over to 122.8?
No, that's Delta 2268, Delta 2268 Ohio.
Over Delta 2268, sorry.
No worries, on this way south, Jax is closed, radar service terminated, 50 changes approved, to see it.
Alright, Unicom Delta 2268, thanks for help, sir.
No problem. Over 353 Charlie Kilo, Jax closed, radar service terminated, 50 changes approved, see you later.
Yeah, so what they did, you would restart the sim, yeah. No, that's IRL. So let's have a look. 390. Let's go VNAV. VNAV speed.
November 0 Golf.
Looking good.
Alpha,
And we'll do a fuel check at Glazer. And the cool thing is,
0 Golf Alpha. I don't have a flight plan for you. And,
do we get?
right
Yeah. That is actually quite cool. Right, so I'm going to go menu. Oh, where was my
Okay, I see out there. Just outside my scope there. Okay. He's coming in now.
There we go. Naflock.
Atlanta Center, Roger. They just sent relay arrival. They shot altimeters 3019 landing north.
So the next fuel check is Glazer. Glazer. So we departed. What time did we depart? Oh, I didn't notice that. Darn. Do we have a? We should have a page somewhere, right? Oh, okay, so HD simulation. You were writing about the position of the seat. I have a. So I'm using X camera as a camera plugin, and so for me, as soon as I press pilot view, I would.
American 9783,
you know, I get back to the normal seating position that I've saved.
4000 left 090 and American 9783.
So is there a way that I can get my takeoff time? Probably not. I should have started the chrono.
Blue Street 567 on the center round. You're climbing and maintaining flight level 250.
So, yeah, I mean, let's go through that very kind of chronologically, right? So it's always aviate, navigate, communicate. So let's talk about aviate, guys. So you have a gear indication that shows you the left main gear door is open, at least not closed and locked.
American 9783,
and that the landing gear isn't in the commanded position.
Left 030 and we'll look for localizer.
Yeah, Alipay, I thought so too, but apparently it has not.
Sorry, was that 030 for 9783? That is correct. 030 on that.
Yeah, so aviate. Exactly. So someone was saying, you know, level off to holding. I think the important thing is that you're above safe altitude. So around Frankfurt, it's what, 4,000 feet? So if you're at like 5,000 feet, you would be safe from obstacles. Now, the second thing is airspace structure. So it could well be that ATC asks you to climb to at least 10,000 feet to stay in controlled airspace. So they did climb, and the weird thing is, they did climb up to, let me find Aviation Herald here. I think they climbed up to level 280.
4427 center, go ahead.
So the idea is, yeah, to get to safe altitude first of all.
Okay, we'll move
So
forward.
navigate, they remain on their flight plan routing, and then so what would you communicate to ATC initially? What would you say? Would you call in pan? Would you call in Mayday? What would you tell ATC in this case?
And Center 427, we forgot to add this to the remarks in our flight plan, but our final destination is November Charlie 08. It's a non-IFR field, so we were going to cancel IFR after arriving at 1 Alpha 5 and then flying VFR from there, 427.
Yeah, you're able to fly to that airport IFR, and you'll just have to cancel before you land, because obviously there's only trying to
Yeah, so they climbed up to 20.
We can certainly do that.
Yeah, so the question is, guys, you know, you're gonna have to troubleshoot, right? You're gonna have to go through some checklists.
We can just
So is, you know, would it make sense to call in for Pan or Mayday? Well, definitely not Mayday, right? And Pan?
No, we're landing at November Charlie 08.
Do you need priority initially?
Yeah, so in that case, you can still file a flight plan to
So the thing is,
and all that would
they would
happen is we
potentially.
could go ahead and clear you for a visual approach there, and from there, that's pretty much all we can do. We can only get you as low as the MIA.
That works then, in that case, for
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you go to, if you put this to run,
you're now cleared to the
but I didn't do that on takeoff. That's why. Yeah, so they were hoping, so they still had hopes to be able to maybe reset, recycle the landing gear, and get it fixed so that they could continue to Cairo.
Could we go direct Dale, actually, 447?
4427 now clear to the November Charlie.
But I think we all agree that that's already a very, very kind of kind of a unrealistic expectation, right? Now, the thing is though, if you look at gear door, it says one or more gear doors not closed. Do not exceed the gear extend limit speed 270 knots. So at least that is something you can work with initially, right? 270 knots. What about the gear disagree? So let's go landing gear, gear disagree. So condition, the gear position disagrees with the landing gear lever position. And the objective, to extend the landing gear using auto gear extension or land on the available gear. Do not exceed the gear extended limit speed to 70 knots. If the landing gear lever is up, flight with the gear down increases fuel consumption and so on, of course, yeah. Do not arm the speed brakes, etc., right? So the rest would just be for the approach itself. So here already you can see that there is no checklist for a landing gear recycle. Now let me ask you this. Would you decide to recycle the gear anyways?
Yeah, we're descending down to ones.
Would you think that's a good idea? And if not, why not?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're at 9,500, so you should be climbing to 10,000, correct?
Yes, 9,500 up to 10,000, 447.
Okay, roger, and the astral altimeter is 3023.
Copy the altimeter, 447.
Copy, 1 Alpha Echo, request frequency change. 1 Alpha Echo. Okay, yep, change approved, we'll see you. Yeah, that's 1 Alpha Echo. Air France 033, radar service terminated, change approved, we'll see you. 122, this Maui.
Yeah, Fish Cup wouldn't. Okay, good. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
See you. American 635 on this base north, Indy closed, radar service terminated, change is approved, we'll see you.
Now, the problem is the following, guys.
American 635.
American 635, heavy, go ahead.
Yeah, change is approved, we'll see you.
Okay, see you. Thanks a lot, American 635. So, the thing is this. You do not know exactly what's happening, right? You don't know what the cause is of why the landing gear doesn't retract on the left, so left landing gear doesn't retract, and why the gear door remains open, right? So one thing is, yes, Fish Cop, you got a right point there. You know, you could potentially make things worse, right? Now, let me say something. Let me put you onto a track where, even though we've heard of things falling off the aircraft, okay, and people always saying like, oh, that's, you know, how kind of absurd, right? You've got a door falling off, or you got some flap cover falling off, or you got some whatever falling off the aircraft, right? And it lands in somebody's backyard, or you know, on the farmer's field or something, where it's found eventually, right? Now, think about it. Think about the parts on an aircraft, especially with the landing gear or the flaps, especially on big aircraft. These weigh, you know, potentially hundreds of kilograms. So even a simple metal rod somewhere from the landing gear potentially weighs like 50 kilograms. And imagine that falling down several thousand feet and actually hitting someone square on the head. You're going to kill someone. So not only do you have the issue that if you recycle something with the flaps or the gear, potentially you could force a panel or an object to drop off the aircraft that way. And if that kills somebody, you're going to be in huge trouble. In huge trouble. Okay, so the crew decides, let's say we decide to level off in level 100. Yeah, exactly, or cause some severe damage to property, right? Big thing. So recycling landing gear and flaps without it being told by a procedure, so it's something you do on your own account, is a dangerous thing, right? So don't do it. Simple as that. Now, what other option do we have? So we've done the checklist, and let's say we come to the conclusion. So we do a fact finding. We look at all the options, look at risks and benefits of the options, and we then make a decision. But before we make a decision, a final decision to land somewhere else or return to the departure airfield, is there something else we can do? Is there someone else we can contact? Potentially someone that knows more about the aircraft than we do. Exactly, yeah. So we can always contact some technical specialist. We call that a troubleshoot hotline. Exactly. So radio the engineers, so either radio or use sat phone if you have it, or via ACARS. Okay, so they tell you now. They tell you that they don't recommend a recycling of the landing gear. However, they are optimistic that later, when you put the landing gear lever down, that the landing gear will extend again, normally. So that's their prediction. If it comes true, we don't know yet. Now they write to you. They would recommend extending the landing gear early. Now let me ask you then, when would you extend the landing gear? Right, so it's a benign question, isn't it? But again, that decision can have huge implications, and it could theoretically cause great harm to someone. Yes, so speed limit, of course. Yeah, speed limit will be definitely something that we have to look at, and we just learned it's 270 knots. So interesting, it says retract and extend speed. So the maximum extend speed is 270, and extended is also 270. So if we're below 270 knots, 270 knots, we can extend the landing gear. Now, we just talked about something potentially falling off the aircraft. So when would be a good time to extend the landing gear? Well, of course, being over non-populated areas. All right, so you would look into the charts. Let's call up the Frankfurt charts here on the arrival. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't really tell you much here on the charts, does it? Yeah, God bless outcome. Yeah, indeed. So, and I mean, if it's dark, and by the way, that was at a time, that was in late evening, so it was dark. It was in February, so February 24, it was dark. So yeah, they could make out, you know, by the lights, if they were over populated areas or not. Exactly. So then you know, it's a good idea to wait until you're over a nice dark area and then lower the landing gear. Check that you have the speed. Now, they lowered the landing gear and yeah, they got a message, landing gear down. There was no more gear door message. It was just down. Everything, no, not recycle. No, Daniel, no. And I will tell you what exactly happened later, and then you understand that recycling, if they had recycled the landing gear, they could have potentially caused a lot more damage. But I don't want to spoil everything right now. Okay, so they lower the landing gear, and they get the indication landing gear down. No more cautions. There's no landing gear disagree anymore. There's no landing gear door message again. That it's just completely normal. So what's a typical reaction of the pilots, or of a pilot? And I count myself into that group as well. So if I see, oh, everything's normal, all good, correct? Problem solved, yeah. Landing gear down, it's green. Perfect. We're good to go. So, is there anything we have to consider? I mean, you know, landing gear is down, brakes is working, flaps are working normal, landing distance. Well, yeah, so MAN, that's a good point, but let me ask you this. If you have a normal state, would you go through a checklist, a non-normal checklist? If so, what checklist do you do? Because there is no more issue. Right, so if you go through the checklist and you check notes, there will be no notes because there is no issue. It will not tell you anything regarding landing gear extended, etc., etc. Right? That's the beauty of this checklist system. Yeah, so yeah, but we're taught, I mean, we're taught that if you don't have an issue, then you're not going to do a checklist to it. Yeah, but hang on, but what's, yeah, Fish Cup, that's the problem. Is the landing gear unsafe? You have a normal indication. You don't have any cautions. Like, you know, why would you go into a unsafe landing gear checklist? Because it's not unsafe. It's down 3 greens or down green. It's down. There is no issue. So I mean, let's have a look here. We've got some time, so let's have a look at what do we have available for us landing gear. So yeah, which one would you do then? Let's have a look for the unannounced checklist here. Let's go checklist unannotated with let's have a look. Overweight, Gear lever lock down, no. Lock fail, no. Ditching, engine, no. There's... Daniel, that's one good point, Daniel. GG's. That's one thing you have to think about. What happens in a go-around? Are you going to raise the landing gear, or are you going to leave it down? Here's a question for you. What will you do? GG's. Exactly, MAN. And I think that is something you would have to put in your briefing. So you do normal approach briefing, and then you would say non-normal briefing. We potentially still have an issue where if we try to raise the landing gear, we could get that gear disagree again, and maybe potentially we could break some more stuff. So let's agree that landing gear is down, it's locked, no more issues, happy days. However, in case of a go around, yes, so we have enough fuel, that's not a problem. But weight, landing weight, yes, sure. Do we need to do an overweight landing? Do we dump fuel? That's something we would manage as well. But let's say we're below max landing weight, but we have enough fuel. Hey, Untis. Exactly. So I would agree with you. So you know, as my first officer, you would suggest, hey, Captain, what about go around? Shall we leave the gear down? And I would say, you know what? Fantastic idea. We don't have performance issues. We've got 2 engines running. We check the performance calculation. All good. We can leave the gear down, do the go around, and try for another approach. We have enough fuel, no time issue. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, that's a very good point. I like that. Now, what about the landing itself? Would you potentially prepare for anything? And this is where so that's why I'm getting, or why that was yesterday a topic in the seminar, because it's supposed to tell you that even though the system suggests to you that you have no more issues, potentially in the background there may still be something wrong with the aircraft. Exactly. Better safe than sorry. Right? So, okay, so here's now's the next question. Now, we didn't declare emergency, and we didn't declare a pan. However, we are calling for a technical return to the airfield. Would you activate fire service? So would you want to have the fire brigade at the runway on landing? And that's a tough question. Yeah, always prepare for plan B. Now, the thing is that the tower supervisor, they heard that the 777 is returning due to a technical issue with the landing gear. And even though the crew didn't declare pan or mayday, they activated the fire brigade. So the fire brigade was ready at the runway. Okay, so now let me tell you what happened. So they land, and the tower controller notices sparks flying off from the landing gear. Let me see, which one was it? Left or right? It was the left main gear. So the controller says to the crew over the RT, sparks, many sparks. That's the wording, many sparks. Now, the funny thing is, if you go and think everything's normal, potentially what you would hear is no sparks, while if you think potentially something could still be wrong with the landing gear, then maybe you hear many sparks. Have you guys seen, I think I saw that on Instagram, you know that football game song, so that there's a football stadium, there's many fans singing "You're an embarrassment." Oh no, sorry, they sing "This is embarrassing." So this is embarrassing, this is embarrassing. Now, the person who filmed that, or somebody just put a different text on the screen. Now, they always sang the same words. This is embarrassing. But the thing is, when you read different words, your brain starts to change what you are hearing. So I'm not sure if somebody finds a link to an Instagram reel on that. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating because it's something, again, so typical. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Hold on. Let's see if I find it. Facebook. Hold on. Here we go. Hang on. So, let me just dial up the sound as well. Right. So I hope I don't get in trouble for showing that. So, hang on. Can you read that? You can read that, right? So, now listen to what you're hearing. Okay, listen to the song, and then read these titles.
Embarrassing, that is 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 embarrassing.
So the thing is that these texts, there's actually the text that we saw yesterday, there was some different text there that actually are more fitting. So again, what happens now is that you're getting kind of pre-primed on what you're hearing. Right? So it's one of those things, those physiological or psychological things, right? That is so dangerous sometimes in aviation, especially, and not just aviation, but in some of these professions that we have, that your brain changes the way you interpret things or perceive things. And again, if you expect something to go completely normal and then ATC says many sparks, potentially you're going to hear no sparks because it fits in your picture, right? It's like a there's a word for that in English. It's information bias is what we call it, right? So you make the information fit your mental model. So while if you're skeptical, if you think like, oh, something could still be wrong with the landing gear, then you're more likely going to hear many sparks. So indeed, they actually had many sparks. Yeah, confirmation bias, exactly. So you had many sparks actually coming off the main landing gear. So many sparks that the aircraft behind that cargo aircraft landing on 25 left saw those sparks as well and called over the frequency, yeah, we can see the sparks as well. Right, so now you come to a stop. Yeah, fish cup. So now we come to a stop, and now suddenly you're hearing, oh god, there's sparks. Potentially, it's a fire on the main landing gear. All right. So luckily, the fire brigade was already there. They were able to quickly get to the aircraft and then talk over 121.555 that there was no fire. There was just a little bit of residual smoke. Now, let me tell you what happened. So this is the underside of the 777 landing gear. So this is actually a screenshot from the FlightFactor, and they have modeled that. So you can see these rods connecting the axle, all right? So you have 3 dual twin axles, if you like, and they're connected, right? So this is like stabilizing the landing gear. Now, one of those rods had a fatigue brake and was actually hanging off downwards in direction of flight. So let's say the front was broken, it hangs down. Now, obviously, you try to retract the landing gear, the metal rod will prevent the landing gear to maybe raise completely, but it definitely stopped the gear door from closing. So that was the technical culprit. That was the reason why they couldn't close the gear door. And then when the landing gear was lowered and downlocked, this thing was still hanging down, and as it made contact with the ground at the high speed, the metal was just scraped off, and it caused sparks to fly off the landing gear. Now, this whole thing actually separated on the landing roll. So I would estimate this thing weighs at least 50 kilograms. So imagine if you had done a recycle of the landing gear and this thing would have fallen off the aircraft and killed someone on the ground. You would have been in a whole world of trouble. Yeah. So a very little cause, right? So fatigue brake of one of those rods causing that much issue. Yeah, so the essence of that example was that be careful how you interpret indications, and be careful thinking just because, yeah, it's called torque links. Yeah, torque links. Thank you, Daniel. So even if you think now that the system is in a normal state, it doesn't necessarily mean it's in a normal state. It could still potentially be causing issues. So yeah, you have to plan ahead. And one of the examples was the go-around case. So it would have been definitely a good idea to leave the landing gear down, because we know that there's a lot of hydraulic lines near the landing gear or in the wheel well, right? So that rod potentially could have ruptured hydraulic lines. So auto ATC in descent advises descent maintained level 280. I like that. That's really cool in the on Vatsim US. So let's do that. Let's go vertical speed 2,000 feet per minute, 280. Right, let's have a look for the arrival. So we're arriving via the week 5 arrival. We're now overhead heaven. Where's heaven? Nyland. Anyway, so just heaven. We're coming up via Bond, which is here, Bond, and then Nyland. And then we go via Vik, Booney, Honey, Cluso, Kaito, and so on. Let me just check the arrival routine real quickly in here. Oops. So we go Nylan, Vig, Booney, Hanny, Clouseau. Landing west, expect radar vectors. Now we see we don't have Chicago ATIS here on Vatsim, but I could get the ATIS from the app here. So we're gonna get ATIS. So we have Chicago information Papa currently. We have the wind 210, 14 gust 22. And we have expect ILS 27 center and 27 right. And RNAV GPS runway 28 center as well. So let's have a quick look here. Charts, approach, and let's go with the first one then. Not 2 left, 27 left, 27 left, 27 left. So we have again. So we have. Oh yeah, sorry. We have 27 center and 27 right. 27 center, 27 right. So there we go. So 27 center ILS and 27 right ILS. It's going to be a windy approach for sure. 27 left, 27 center, 27 right. Now 27 right is up there now. We're going to take 27 center. Yeah, 27 center it is for us. Let me take that out. So 27 center. So the text says from Pink on track 306 to Monks, and then track 273 to Joro, track 270 to Possum. Okay. So wow, okay, that's a huge radar vectors. Look at that. Hey, Matthias. Now, I would only assume that depending on traffic, at some point you would get probably, maybe if you're lucky, from Pink, some radar vectors. We'll see what ATC tells us. I mean, we have auto ATC. But initially, yeah, we're going to have exactly that routing. So I don't see any restrictions regarding altitude. So so there's no published altitude restrictions here on the chart. Now Pink. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Pink at 7,000 and speed 250. The reason being is that depending on traffic, I want to make sure that we can get radar vectors for the approach and not fly, you know, to the west and then come back again. All right, we'll do that. And then we're going to fly the ILS approach 27 center. So step down accordingly. So 7,000 will get us somewhere near Chermy, and then we'll step down 654 2,200 with the final descent at DRSCL. How did you pronounce that? Driscoll? Jambo? Dr. School or something? I don't know. But 2,200 final descent. We have 3,000 as a 3-degree profile, and the minimums Cat 1 will be 860. And the missed approach 1,100 feet, then right turn 4,000 heading 290. And then Charlie Golf Tango VOR radial 322 outbound to Ukuni and hold. So that's the idea. Alright, so we're just going to follow the vertical path here. And let's calculate the performance. Let's do landing. Chicago, 27 center. So many runways. Blimey. Dry runway. The wind was, without the gust factor, 210-14. 210-14. Temperature, 33 degrees. That's really hot. Blimey, that's hot. 33 degrees. Altimeter is 30.00. Landing weight, approximately 177, let's say. We'll add 5 knots for the landing. We'll have both reversers working, flap 25, anti-ice off brakes. Let's try auto brake 2. Calculate. Well, that takes 3,000 meters. Seriously. And we have available 3-4. Yeah, but let's do that. So config 2, brakes 2, and config 25, flap 25 is what we'll do. Alright, so descent items, flaps 25, auto brake 2. We'll do a recall check, and there shouldn't be any notes. I mean, we did mess about with checklists, but no. So descent checklist, recall checked, notes checked. I know it says notes there, but we can disregard that. Auto brake 2. Landing data, VREF 133. Minimums bar row 860. Let's have a look. 860. So VREF flaps 25, 133, and minimum bar row 860. Approach briefing completed, descent checklist complete. So another thing we did yesterday as well, which was quite funny, was we actually did some announcements. We practiced announcements. So there's some interesting kind of points that you should consider when you're making announcements to the passengers. And then we got given so each of us got given a different scenario. And mine was that I had a passenger, a woman who, first of all, seemed to have a heart attack. So we decided to quickly land at an alternate field. And then while we're in the descent, that lady suddenly then became extremely aggressive. So she became an unruly passenger. So I had to explain that to the passengers and tell them why we're now diverting, right? So I did that. And it's a bit weird because, you know, you're making that in front of all your colleagues. So, you know, it does make way for some good laughter, some good jokes. But yeah, I got some good feedback on my announcement. So German and English, by the way. So, yeah, that's so. Just in case you're wondering what we are doing in these seminars. So yeah, we do some announcement practice as an example, and then there's a lot of kind of case study. So, and then one of the topic was working together with air traffic control to see what kind of information they want from us, especially when we have an abnormal. To kind of increase the understanding, you know, about each other's jobs, which is good. And it was nice to see how they kind of have checklists for different abnormals, hydraulic, landing gear, flap, whatever. So they already have an own checklist where they will be, you know, told who they have to contact, what the issues can be, what the aircraft, you know, what problems the aircraft may run into, what kind of firefighting or ambulances they would need, etc. So they have their own checklists, which is interesting to see. Also, what's good is that we have many different experiences, and that we get the chance to discuss different topics. Let's go VNAV. Let me just change the VNAV speed here a bit. So let's go. That's fine. 284. Next page. Now that's something I don't understand. Why is it slowing down to 270? If VNAV descent says 284. Let me just open the speed window here. There we go, 284 now. So, yeah, I wasn't in VNAV path, that's why. Now, this is something I don't understand either. So it gave me top descent. How many miles do we have? We got 164 miles. All right, let's level off at. Oh, there we go. We got new clearance. Descend, cross Boone at maintain 1000. So that's something we can work with now. So we've got to go Boone 1000. Let's do 270 1000. There we go. Now we have a better descent path. Let's go VNAV again. So yeah, VNAV is still a bit balked, it seems. You go direct jumbo after Kato, yeah. So MAN, you getting these auto clearances as well? So now we've got cross Booney, maintain 1000, 3000. Let's go traffic below. And I just saw MAN there. Now let me try to capture the descent path. Okay, you got no more instructions after Boone. Okay, well. Yeah, so my plan is to fly to point pink, and then give ourselves radar vectors. No, so with the second flight will be on the Phoenix, and we're going to do a FSI panel scenario today. So the FSI panel is a kind of a training tool where you can practice, different approaches, quick resets, etc. But they also have scenarios. I'll show you that later. So when you download one of those scenarios and fly it, then you get a certain weather file with it to make it more spicy. And then you have a virtual ATC, so you get virtual clearances. And yes, it's usually quite interesting. Hey, Aviamar. It should, yeah, Aviamar. It should. So if it's below the path and you go VNAV path, then it should go 1,000 feet per minute until it hits the path and then go idle power. That's what normally it would do, yeah. But they're still working on the VNAV at the moment. So what I'm going to try now is I'm going to try to get onto the vertical path here. And then I'm going to press VNAV again. Yeah, Aviamar, no worries. Aviamar, how are you doing? Greetings to you. Got a very flat land here, isn't it? So we're almost on path here. So if you calculate the you know, with the rule of thumb, so we have about 12,000 feet to lose, times 3, 36 miles idle power. Yeah, that would work. So now we're coming into the path. That should now slowly start to center. Is that like 500 feet difference or something? Yeah, there we go. Now it's about 400, yeah. Here we go. So now we're coming into the path. So now I've got idle VNAV path. Let's see if that works. Abimag, you're busy at work, but doing fine. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Doing well. Yep. So just to make sure you're in the picture here, so we're flying here on the arrival currently, just about to cross Vik, then Booney, 11,000, Hani, Cluzo, Kato, Pink, and then we're going to go Radar Vectors, Pink, 27 Center in Chicago. Taxi in will be via probably... yeah, Echo 1 or Foxtrot cross, and then we're going to park somewhere at the main apron here. Tremonia, you're doing a second flight in the FS Labs Neo. Nice. Anything broken? What's the tech lock say? So now it seems okay. So now it's captured the path. It's maintaining descent path 11,000 Booney. All correct. And I'm going to put already the Baro. Oops. 3000. 3000. APU master switch. Oh, start master switch in. So you can't use the APU. So you got to do a. That's an interesting failure actually. So you got to start the engine with external air. That's a challenge. Excellent. And you have the procedure for that. Yeah, I think they have it in the documents as well, right? Cool. Very nice. Yeah, now it's managing okay. It's just initially trying to get onto the correct path. That was a bit of a problem. You will try it. Excellent. That's the spirit. Oh, the light's already on. Sit down as well. Right, seatbelts on as well. Has it really? So Chicago doesn't have much coverage on Vatsim. That's interesting. Anybody here flying along tomorrow on the Cross the Africa event? Oh, what's the frequency for Chicago? Hang on, they got a Chicago. Oh, wait, let me dot. What's it called? CTAF, isn't it? CTAF KORD 2075. Yeah, tomorrow we get summer in northern Germany as well. And Air Kibris, you're flying Delta November Mike to Cape Town. Nice. Cape Town is beautiful. Yeah. Just to check the TCAS. There's no aircraft ahead of me right now. I think there's one. No, it's too far away. All right. So again, plan is to go Booney 11,000, and then we go Pink 7,000. But that is the idea. It's World Cat Day, really? Should give our cat some extra love today. I didn't know there was Cats Day today. Yeah, I'll try to give them some treats later then. And Patrick, you're doing Cairo, and then to what's Hotel Alpha Bravo? Let's see. Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa, yeah. Addis Ababa, yeah. Okay, and then from Addis to Cape Town. Nice. All right, speed VNAV path. Okay, so it's done that nicely. That's okay. So Boone 11,000 as it should be. So let's go down to 7,000 now. So now we've got VNAV path 7,000. And it should continue its descent. Yeah, it does. Fantastic. Cool. Excellent.
Via traffic Delta 1139, runway 27 center vacated.
Oh, it's already landed. MAN, I hope you had a nice landing. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so this is what's called map enhancement. So it's a program that runs in the background, downloads ortho tiles as you fly along. And it's very good, very reliable. Yeah. Hey, Romeo. Yeah, indeed, right? People, initially, they don't realize that... Oh, yeah, and by the way, map enhancement also works with Microsoft Flight Sim. If you want to use different, you know, orthos. Let's have a look. ILS. 1175, is that correct? Hang on, that is no, it should be 11.9. Oh, that's why. Duh, I didn't put the approach in yet. That's why. Test. So we got 27 center, and again, I'm gonna select again the week 5 bond, and then execute. So then we have Clouseau. Yeah, I know.
Delta 1139 Heavy crossing the runway 22 right.
So from pink, I'm going to delete the waypoints out here. And then I will use... yeah, we'll use Jumbo. And that's it. That's the idea. And now we should have the frequency part 11.9273 degrees. That is correct. Fantastic. Excellent. Now, insufficient fuel, we can disregard that. Oh, beautiful. Hey, I can see Chicago downtown. How cool is that? Yes, that should be Drvichki's Chicago downtown.
Overhead traffic, 1139 crossing runway 27 left.
Right, down we go, 7,000. Lights are on, seatbelts on. And let's read the approach checklist. Approach altimeter 3000 9400 checked. Approach checklist complete. Yeah, map enhancements. Yeah, it's called. Yeah. Let's get radar vectors here now. Let's go Jambo 4000. Heading select down 4,000 feet. And let's do that with vertical speed. Speed is 240. Let's go 220. That's that level change here. And then we're going to go extend the center line. So we're going to go legs, Jambo, inbound 273. And we got 9.6, min diversion of 6.7, so we still have enough fuel. That's a great approach. Did you know it's PNG 28th birthday today? Oh, cool. Okay, guys, so they have 28% off. That's nice. Yeah, thanks for letting us know, James. What's the say intentions AI, in my opinion? For standard stuff, it's okay. And it's okay to practice with it, for sure. But if you're proficient, and if you fly a lot on Vatsim... But some people say, let's say for now, we don't have control here on Vatsim. You could use say intentions now. But I have a feeling quite often it fails with the... you know, with the radar vectors and so on. Yeah. Nice stadium. Right, that looks cool. Yeah, beyond ATC. Also good, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have to use some speed brakes here, by the way. So we're still heading hold of... Because I haven't... Are we idle power? We are. There comes flaps 1. Flaps 1. Down come the slats. Little Kruger flap here as well. Nice. And flaps 5. Chicago traffic, American 635 is going to be joining the ILS 27 Center at Jambo, currently 20 miles out. That looks actually pretty nice, doesn't it? Wow. I guess all these expo centers here. Chicago has really changed since the last time. I was here like in 2006 or so the last time. Speed brakes in. Okay, so let's take ourselves a little bit left here to Jambo, and let's press the approach button. We've got glide slope, intercept. Okay, flaps 15. Speed, heading select, localizers armed. O'Hare traffic, American 635 heavy is now joining 27 Center at 14 miles. And we have lock. So lock glide slope. The missed approach, 4,000 feet is set. SP2008, hello to you. Nice. As we cross the... Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That looks really nice. Yeah, Bruno. I thought so too, yeah. Oh, it's windy. Look at that. 12 knots crosswind right now. Yeah, it should be a nice challenging approach here. Elevation is 650. And that looks like 27... Whoa, that looks a bit weird. That looks a bit off, doesn't it? Hang on. There's no runway there. Lol. Is there like a new runway? Here comes gear down. O'Hare traffic. American 635 is going to swing to 25 left due to scenery issue in O'Hare. What, seriously?
Got a level here.
No, I have no runway there. Guys, the right flight director off, flaps 20. What you mean I'm gonna miss that runway? See the poppies? No, there's no runway there, guys. Pretty sure there is no runway. Yeah, I'm not gonna land on the taxiway. 1000 is checked. Speed brake armed. Let's read the landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. Yeah, God, I don't know what you guys were seeing, but there was definitely no runway there for me.
Terrain, 500.
Disregard. Yeah, definitely some scenery issue. Yeah, disregard.
Over here, traffic United 6589, turning left base, runway 27 center. Over here.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There you go. So we got speed brakes up, reverse and normal. What's happening with the brakes again? Huh? That's the same. Bruno, do you remember? That's the same as the last time? Yeah, like exactly. Like just like we throw an anchor or something. How weird. Yeah, some things are weird here. But I had the issue last landing in the FlightFactor. How strange. It did feel like max auto brake. I agree, yeah. And it's a shame we had no 2.7 center here. Yeah, it could be an old...
Traffic United 6589 entering final. We're about 15 miles out for 27 center. Over here.
And runway 27 left O'Hare is vacated. American 635. So let's park next to our friend MAN. I'm pretty sure these own like gates for small aircraft, but don't matter. We'll use it. Yeah, so IRL, you can fly 777 and 787 with what's called a joint rating, yeah. You can. So let's go this. Anything else? TCAS, flaps. Got terrain off, TCAS is off, traffic can go off as well. Let's do Bravo 14. James, yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, better than going around, for sure. That's a problem with the XP12 scenery now, at the moment. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Let's do airplane, ground, chocks in position. Gotta wait until the chocks are in place now. What you mean, fish cup? I wasn't misaligned. Hang on, let me just check. Honestly, 27 center is right next to 27 left, and there was no runway there.
Oh, air traffic United 659, 5 mile final runway 27 center. Oh, here.
And why can't I set the parker brake, for crying out loud? Right, chock's in place anyways. That's fine. So we're going to put this off, this off. And then we'll have the transponder off. Let's do that on, that on. Let's have a look for the scenery then. So let's check. So we've got, so here we got our 27 left.
And our traffic, speedwing 773.
So where's
17 out,
where's
establish,
27
right,
27 center? There is no 27 center here. So that's 22 right. And I have a feeling these runways, so that runway here is not existent anymore, IRL. So 3-2 right, it says 3-2 right here. That doesn't exist anymore, IRL. So it's just a scenery issue where it's an old scenery. Does anyone know, is there a new scenery for Chicago available somewhere? For X-Plane? Because I would get that immediately and then install it for the next time. Negative. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame, yeah. Oh yeah, you can see now, this is where 27 center would be located. You see? So he's got the scenery. And I don't, fortunately. All right, let's quickly read the shutdown checklist. Parking brake is off, actually. And that's the shutdown checklist completed. Nice. What time is it? Oh, we're right on schedule. Nice. Guys, so give me about 10 minutes, and I'll be back on the Phoenix. Going to fly the 320 today, Phoenix. Yeah, we are going to use
traffic United 659, we're cleared runway.
The FSI panel to fly a scenario. So let me say a big thank you to two wonderful people today, MAN and Voyager, gifting each 5 subs to the community. Once again, thank you so much for that. For the round of applause. Thanks for the amazing support. And yeah, stay tuned. 10 minutes, I'll be back. In Marcus of 2020 this time, though. And then we'll see how that goes with the Phoenix. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And thanks for all the great questions, as always. See you soon. A couple of minutes, otherwise on Sunday for a shared flight.